It's the second day of July 2025 and you're very welcome back. This video is made for YouTube. In future, all my videos for the next month or two, it will say clearly who they're made for. YouTube do not want you loading their videos on some other channel or on some other platform. Therefore, if it's for Rumble, I'll say it's for Rumble. If it's for YouTube, I'll say it's for YouTube. Now, what's happened is I have been banned from YouTube, and there's a complete and utter absence of information available as to why they have taken these actions against me. They say it's too many strikes. The first question is, have I been making videos that they have struck or marked, made black marks against or criticized before? What videos have they an issue with? The video that I was knocked down for was Trump bombs Iran. And Trump is the American president, and America did drop bombs on Iran. Whether we like it or whether we don't, I didn't have any input in the decision. I dealt with the war between Israel and Iran, and I set out certain things which are obvious to me. I don't know what the problem is. I did not run down either side. There are violence committed by both sides. That's the fact, and I simply itemize that. Now, there is an appeals procedure. I have not succeeded in doing it so far. The idea that I, a farmer with cows, should be totally au fait with the latest information technology networks and procedures is ridiculous. I am a specialist farmer. I do engineering of all kinds. Also, I'm a specialist in that. The people who know all about IT know absolutely nothing about the things I do and the capers I get up to, all of which are equally important. Now, it may be that I may never be allowed back on YouTube. And because of that, I'm taking action now. I have a Rumble platform. It's extremely difficult. If you make a video of 15 minutes and you try to upload it on Rumble, you must leave the smartphone at the modem for as long as it takes, which could be 2 hours. You cannot switch it off and check something else. If you take a phone call, you knock out the upload. So Rumble is an extremely user-unfriendly platform, whereas YouTube is a very sensible platform. But YouTube have the problem, like everything else, there's no such thing as a free lunch. We have no idea what words I'm saying, what algorithms they have, or what else. There's certainly no way of checking it. But it may be that I'm a bit too close to over the target. I have a good analytical brain. The things that's going on in the world have nothing to do with IT, except maybe data centers. What's going on in the world is to do with bombs, bullets, guns, strategy. And there are several providers doing that on the internet, and I'm being the one victimized. Now, I can't say for sure that other YouTube providers and broadcasters are getting banned as well. One of the big problems with YouTube, if they ban you, you have no way of telling your people. You can't put up a video to say I'm banned. And they're ringing me to know am I in bad health. Some people thought I was dead. You're gone off the air, you must be dead. Some people just rang, are you okay there? I am. What's wrong? I was banned. And I've been explaining that to up to 36 or 7 people, because I have 10,400 subscribers, and that's not them all. There are people who watch me who are not subscribed. I would ask you to subscribe. Now, there are a few others in Ireland. Eddie Hobbs has come on stream, and I've good time for Eddie, and he had Colonel Douglas McGregor on, which done a lot of good. I don't know how long they'll leave him. They may not know that Eddie Hobbs is a lot better known in the media circles than Val Martin. Well, Eddie Hobbs was wrong before as well. He prophesied 10 years ago, I remember clearly, that we were entering a period of scarcity, that coal, oil, gas, food, milk, everything would get scarce. Well, there is no scarcity. In fact, we are in a period of plenty. But things like cars, there's no scarcity of fuel, but there is a scarcity of cars because of the green agenda, a forced scarcity. So Eddie was wrong on that because he gave the impression that the Earth's resources were running out. That was wrong. But everyone's entitled to make mistakes. I wouldn't criticise him, and the best of luck to him. The one thing he won't do, and it's a pity, he will not allow me on his channel. There's Grip Media, does very, very good work, doing a lot of good work in bringing the people Ireland the real news. But unfortunately, there's always a problem with these. They won't let me speak. And when they came to Carrickmacross to the migrant protest, I went to point out about Assie Bibi, and the minute they heard it, they shut down completely. And there is a classic example of a wrong done to a lady from Pakistan who was, because she was a Catholic or was a Catholic or whatever her religion was, and they won't allow it to be spoken. And their agent told me that we're not going there. So fair enough, that's all right. But this is where my channel comes in. I have a more razor sharp way of approaching things, and I'm not here to be nice, even though a lot of people like me a lot. Now, I'm very much aware that the reason I'm on here at all is people like to chat. When I go to somewhere, or I'm at a fair, or if there's agricultural shows or events or steam threshings, they'll all, oh Val, there you are, how are you doing? And there'll be all a bit of chat, and then there's a chat. What's happened now is I have an audience of nearly 11,000. And if only a quarter of them see it, that's a lot. And I'd like to manage that. So I want people to understand. I will, God spares me health and touch wood, for the remainder of this year, try, unless something happens, to upload a video 3 times a week. 3 times a week. Sometimes I upload 2 a day. But I'll try to upload 3 times a week on YouTube. I'll also try to upload twice a week on Rumble, a different video made for Rumble. And what my subscribers and my patrons and people who support me can do is find out how you get to my Rumble. It's not big, it's linked underneath. On Rumble there are a lot of ads, no more than YouTube. Now, people think I'm making a fortune out of YouTube. The reality is I won't monetize my platform because I could bring on advertisements. I'd like to hear from you people whenever you see this. Are there advertisements on my channel? I think there aren't. And I'm prepared to do without any money to get away from advertisements so we can get the message across. Now, the other thing was suggested to me was that if I become a premium member of YouTube, they might treat me a bit better. And it could be, in fairness to them, that they're saying, here is this fella with 11,000 subscribers and he won't even pay the wee premium to YouTube. So I'm going to get someone to help me with that, and I have a swirl card. I'm not going to give them my credit card, but I have a swirl card, and I might upgrade for a month and see how it goes. It could be that would be it. And in fairness, maybe to say, no, it's a bit mean. We're not getting any ads from you, and we're not getting any wee premium from you. And I'd kind of buy that now, I have to say. Not only that, it wouldn't cost me a halfpenny. I have at least 5 people who would pay the premium for me by direct debit. That's the support I have. But for the moment, I will be giving that a try. However, I'm a realist, and I believe that the problem is they don't want me changing everything. They don't want me enlightening people about what's going on. My message is too profound and too accurate. I can see through people a mile away. The other thing is, there's probably American girls sitting in an office in San Francisco with their hair dyed pink and with the spikes up through their nose and their ears and belly buttons and everywhere else and their tongues and everything, that are trying to fathom out this farmer with cows, Irish farmer with cows. And in fairness, culturally, there is a massive gap between they and I. That's it, folks. We'll see you back. That's the bottom line. We'll be giving all this a go. But if you want to help me, the way to help me is to check me out on Rumble as well. They're not as strict on politics. But the other thing about Rumble. There might be some scientific stuff I'd like to put on there as well. I just don't get many views, 50 views. I might put on some stuff there. But I would like to have it. And I can use Rumble for stuff that YouTube might object to. The problem with YouTube is you have no way of knowing what they're going to approve. They build up points against you and strike. You have no way of knowing that a certain video you made a week ago is now counted. And you're running out of road. Now, I definitely am not the type of person who engages in hate speech. And that was mentioned on it. Hate speech as such. I do shout about particular cultures, particular religious parts, only parts of certain religions. And I'm totally against communism and the left-wing globalist agenda. I do that big time. I've never been able to make a video on the COVID-19. I'll be banned like that. Even though others can make them. And Eddie Hobbs had one. I'm not allowed to make it. So this is what you can do for the right to free speech. Bear in mind, as I make my videos, that I may be constrained. I may have to figure out what I'm doing wrong and try not to go there for. That's what other channels are for. But the other thing is this, in case anyone thinks otherwise. One of the things I would stand up for is the right for people to have freedom. And the idea that we would be racist against people, and I did say when I was racist against Irish people and all that, and that could be it. But the idea that we would take a young lad, maybe walking home from school, maybe whose father was a doctor here, his mother came from Africa, and he's walking home from school, a secondary school, and someone had shouted abusive language to him because of the colour of his skin, that's repugnant to me. I do not. That would not only would I not do it myself, but I'm against it. I would act against it. It's not right to abuse young people about things they can't help. So calling black people the N-word, that is horrible. I hate that. That is horrible. But calling a religion, of any religion, whether it be worshipping hen eggs or what, and ridiculing it, I reserve the right to do that. Lucy Connolly is in prison in England for 21 months for hate speech. And at Glastonbury, people shouted death to certain bodies and nothing done that I know about. Or maybe it will yet. So that's it. If you don't see me in 3 days, I'm gone. It's a desperate, there should be a right to post on your video or make a video that you're banned. And for how long? And it should be up on it. What action they take. Now, I will definitely, hopefully, and I always say things I usually do, and definitely make a complaint to the European Digital Services Act. There's a complaint form there, and that's going to go in. Because there's no response from YouTube, there's nothing, there's no explanation or nothing. And maybe that'd help a bit. Maybe for once I could use the EU law. And I'll also be trying to get. It's just a nightmare to deal with YouTube's complaint procedure. They don't want to see you coming. 13 minutes, folks. That's all I can do. Now, do not, people ring me and they get upset. Do not let yourself get upset and put up your blood pressure about things like this. What's happening is terrible. What's happening is terrible. All I'm trying to do is how we deal with it. And we deal with it with the old problem that the Irish people will not change their vote until we make them, or until we find some way to make them change their vote. I am assured by many people that there is a change in people's opinion. And maybe in the end of the day, I might have an influence on that change. Less than 15 minutes, folks. You have all there. That's the situation, and I'm very sorry. I feel that the channel is more a chat. There could be a person sitting at home. It could be a man or a woman sitting there at 70 years of age and put on me on the television, and it's nice to see some of our own. I am one of the ordinary Irish, even though they call me Valentine. I don't know where they got that name, but Michael James as well. But I am one of the Irish. My roots are deep in the glens and the bogs and the lakes and the land of Ireland and the mountains restaurants and the people. I know exactly what makes them, what's of interest to them, and who they are and what they are, and I can relate to them better than anyone else in all sorts of ways. We'll see you back soon. Thanks. Hopefully, if I'm completely banned from YouTube, then my only option is Rumble. And there are nearly no other ones. There are no other platforms. This idea that BitChute works. You want to see the job to get on BitChute. Oh, they're a crowd of idiots over in Paris. They don't know what they're doing. Don't know. And Daily Motion, that's for music and stuff. If anyone knows a good one, even at a fee, even at €5 a month, I'd probably go 10. A good, simple platform. I'll go there. But even then, would anyone watch me? Very strange. This is anyone starting off in business. You must realise the point I've made. There's certain things some people will not do, and it doesn't make any sense. They will not do it. You go to open a boutique in a town, you'll have 40 around you and 10 in a year. Open a coffee shop, you'll have 20 around you in a year. All the same idea. But there's certain things you can open and nobody will. And that trick means that you can be doing something and actually making a fortune in the obvious face of other people, and they can't copy you. That is a feature of life. See you back. Hopefully we'll have a bit more crack. Good luck. Bye bye. Good luck.